What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What is up, you guys? I know I am on a little bit later than usual. For many of you guys, it is probably almost 9 p.m. It's almost 8 p.m. here. I think that sometimes I kind of forget how late it is because it's still light outside, you guys. It is still light outside. I wanted to come on and release this word that the Lord gave me. I don't plan to be on here too long because I do have to kind of wind down and work on a few things on tonight. But our declaration is when you least expect it. It has been a pretty peaceful day besides the moment I had earlier. It's been a pretty beautiful day today. Hot indeed, but not scorching. It's been a pretty good day. One of those days where, God has really kept me busy. Hey, Miss Tara Edmondson, how you doing? It's been a pretty decent day. And I think that that's one of the beauties of life is that, when you trust God, it's almost like he takes all of your worries away. And when you allow God to just lead you during your day, versus you just allowing your mind to roam and wonder, it's amazing how the days become that much more enjoyable and bearable. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced like those days where you are just, in your head, you just in your mind, and it feels like, it takes forever for the day to go by. It feels like, I pray that I'm making sense. It feels like one of those moments where I'm actually I'm not gonna go inside. It's actually pretty relaxing here outside. It's not hot or anything, but I don't know if you guys have ever experienced those moments where, things are, really hard, where the day is not really as enjoyable as you would like for it to be. I think we all have been there. And so it's amazing when you just say, okay, God, even though I have some concerns, some things that I am worrying about, some things that, are still hanging in the balance, I'm going to allow for you to just show me what I need to do. And so today was one of those days, once God got my mindset into a mindset of, wanting to do things to fuel my faith. It's amazing how little things that we do can also aid in us having more peaceful days, joyful days. And I think a lot of times where our days go sour is that we allow our mind to roam a million miles an hour, and that affects our emotions. And what happens when you become weighed down with negative emotions, you begin to not operate in the realm of faith. And so this was just one of those days where I kind of just, was grateful, and I got a different aspect of what faith really looks like. Faith is deeper than just words. Faith is deeper than just, doing random things. It is deeper than all of that. Faith is something that is embedded deep within you that says, God, I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to keep trucking no matter what it feels like, no matter what it looks like, no matter how long I've been waiting. And so today has just been one of those days. It's also been what I've also noticed about what happens when we choose to, while we're waiting, when we choose to do little things to encourage us to continue believing God in whatever the area is. What I've also noticed is that even in moments like that, we begin to see the biggest amounts of movement in those moments where we're just operating in faith, not, hyper focused on whatever the thing is that we're believing God for. A lot of times those are the moments when God blesses us with unexpected things. And so today was one of those days where I literally have just been moving in faith. I've literally just been trying to be as productive as I can be, handling different things. But there was a point this afternoon, and I'll be real, I've kind of noticed this, or God bringing this to my attention over the course of the past month. But I think that sometimes we become unreceptive to the new things, the new doors that God wants to open, or the things that he even wants us to pick back up when our emotions are weighing us down to a certain degree. I pray that I'm making sense. And so after my dog's death, after I had to put her down, even before then, I was just in a mindset of being so weighed down by the things I didn't yet have, so weighed down by negative emotions. If I can be real, playing the woe is me card, being a victim to the things that I was going through, it made me unreceptive to the signs that God was giving me at picking back up certain things. In 2020, I started a t-shirt business. I started podcasting. I started so many different things that the Lord wanted me to do, but life hits, right? Circumstances change. And there was a phase for a year and a half where I just didn't have the energy or the wherewithal to like tend to those things. And so shifting over into this place, getting over into this season, it's been different. It's been one of those seasons where you can know that God is leading you to do something. You can notice that God is, telling you to pick back up certain things, but emotionally, sometimes you can just not be there, not be in that place to do it. And so today was the first day that I just really let go of every single thing that had been weighing me down. It was the first day that I really understood, like, if I'm going to make it, I have to make sure that every single day I'm doing just something to fuel my faith, to fuel my hope, to fuel my belief that God is going to do what he said he would do in my life. And so today was one of those days, of course, where I just let go and let God. And what I noticed is that there was a peace, there was a joy on this day. But one of the things that really stood out was this afternoon. I got a phone call, and I pray that I'm making sense. I got a phone call, and it was my sister. And it was a phone call about making shirts, which is something that I used to do. And she's been asking me for like 2-3 months. I kid y'all not. And I've just been totally unreceptive. It's just been like, no, 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 no. Because emotions will make us say no to things that God is saying yes to. And so in a moment where I'm just focused on just staying in faith, focused on continuing to show up and give God something to work with, she calls and she says, hey, my church is having an event and we would like for you to do our shirts. And so it's like a moment like that. It's like it pushed me into like high gear at picking back up something that I used to once do. And so it was just really an afternoon of me pricing things, seeing how much of a profit, different things like that. But the revelation that I got from that happening was when you least expect it, God moves. And a lot of times when we least expect it, God moves in a way that we didn't expect. I'm going to say that again. I promise y'all, I got a revelation from this. The first part of the revelation was when we least expect it, God moves. And when we least expect it, he moves in a way that we did not expect. It's a way that we did not have on our radar. I don't know if you guys remember, like a few weeks ago, maybe like a week ago, a month ago, I was telling you guys, like, listen, I've been on a job website. I was that fed up with circumstances. I was so fed up with just the pressure and the weight of that season that I was in, that I was willing to say, forget ministry, or I can do it on the side and do something else. And if I can be totally transparent, there was a moment like a week and a half ago where I actually applied at a gym and they still haven't called me back. I pray that I'm making sense. They still haven't called me back. And so today, as I was just kind of reflecting on that unexpected thing that happened, the Lord told me, he said, when you least expected it, I responded to something that was not on your radar. I'm going to say that again. When we least expected, God responds in a way that we did not expect, right? That's the point that he gave me. So here I was, thinking about my financial burden, thinking about this, thinking about that. And the word that God gave me was everything that's on the inside of you is what you need to accomplish what you've been praying for. And I think that that's one of the most overlooked principles, is that when we go and we pray to God about things that we are believing God for, things that we feel we need to change, circumstances that we want to shift, maybe you're in a position where you like, God, I am literally, hold on one second. Are we still good? Are we good? We should be good. I don't know why I was acting up. Sorry for the darkness, you guys. I'm not sure why it was acting up. Are we good now? Are we good now? Okay, I gotta turn this fan off. Are we good now? Are we good now? But the thing that God told me is that when you least expect it, I'm going to move in a way that you did not expect. But the second part of the revelation was, one of my heart's cries was, God, I have bills. I have different things that, I need to get accomplished. I'm tired of struggling financially. Maybe you guys have never been at that point where you're just tired, right? You're just tired of struggling. You're just tired of going through. Like these were my heart's cries. Because think about it, everything that I was bringing in, a lot of it was going back out to my dog. A lot of it went back out to taking care of Bella. And so it's like in a season like that, there were certain things. It should be good now. Yeah, it should be good now, Miss Edmondson, because I'm inside and I am connected to Wi-Fi. I am connected to, hold on one second, you guys. I wasn't prepared to be in the office. But that was just one of the things that, that was just kind of how I was like, Lord, it's like in moments where I felt like I could breathe again financially, something else was like literally happening. And this was for 1.5 years. Can I just flow? Like this happened for 1.5 years. Of when I would feel like, okay, I got my momentum back. I can finally focus on moving forward and, I wanted to pick back up, the things that God had placed on the inside of me. But literally right when I felt like I could breathe, something would happen with Bella, and the vet bills were expensive. $300, $500, $700, and I'm talking about over the course of, 1.5 years. And so you think about that and, think about all the bills, and literally I was breaking even, if not even not breaking even to a certain degree. And so I got to a point where even though I knew what God wanted, I just literally was not emotionally able to like say yes to it. And so when I would pray about like finances, I would pray about the financial situation. And it got to a point where I'm just like, Lord, let me just get a job. That way I just need a little bit of help. Like that's what I told God. I just need a little bit of help of getting on top of these bills and being able to do some of the things that I know I need to do. And so like that was when like I would have these like fits with God where I would go on the job website. I would get so frustrated because there are really no jobs that fit the criteria of what I'm qualified to do and what I actually want to do. And so a lot of those nights, I would sit in frustration. I would be so emotional. And I'm gonna just be real. Sometimes I would feel like if I'm like, God, if I didn't need this phone, like I would throw it out the window. Like I was that over the situation because I felt like, Lord, I have a right now need. I felt like, Lord, I got a right now need and I'm stuck. I feel stuck. Hey, Miss Allen, maybe y'all have never like felt that way. Like, God, I got a right now need, but you're not allowing me to move forward. You're not allowing me to see the progress that I need to see. And a lot of times that leads to us feeling like God isn't hearing our prayers. But the thing, as I was sitting in what happened today with what God was telling me about like the opportunity that I received to make shirts for like a large order of shirts for a church, was God was saying, you prayed a prayer. You had your own mindset made up concerning how you wanted me to answer that prayer. But what you needed was already on the inside of you. And so that was why the Lord gave me the title, When You Least Expected, because it's in moments where we're just going throughout our day, letting God lead us, that he begins to unexpectedly move in a way that is unexpected to us. It's all unexpected. I didn't expect that God would answer the prayer this way. And although this is just a one-time deal, it provides me with the resources of what I need, right? It provides me with a little bit of momentum of actually being able to get to a point. And even a shirt order for a family reunion, I didn't even mention that. Now that's, and so it's just like so many things are beginning to open up. And that was the word that he gave me. When you can just focus on just each day, just doing things to feed your faith, those are the moments I'll begin to unexpectedly. And these were all recent opportunities. And again, I still wasn't receptive because my mindset was, I've prayed a prayer and I want a job. But God was telling me, I know what I've called you to do. use the gifts that I've given you. He needed me to be willing to picking back up something that I was not willing to do. And the moment I got to a place where I just understood, okay, God, you're not going to let me get a 9-to-5. I done applied. Ain't nobody calling me back. What am I going to do? It's like in that moment where I'm just like, okay, I'm not focused on the issue. I'm not focused on the bank account. I'm not focused on the bills. It was in that moment that God said, now you're receptive. Now I can move. Now I can unexpectedly begin to deal with this prayer. And now I can answer this prayer in a way that you're not expecting. I didn't expect that to be God's response. And so you think about like where you are. Right? The things, I know I'm not the only person that's been struggling. I know I'm not the only person that's had things that like you've been like there are needs. There are things that you are desperately like believing God for. And so, the moral of the story is get to a place where you can wake up and not think about what it is that you need, what it is you're waiting for, what it is you don't have. Get to a place mindset wise where your focus is, God, what do I need to be doing today? How can I move or act today in a way that will feed my faith, that will help me believe that you're going to do whatever it is that you said it would do, whether it's financial, whether it's a job, whether it's relocation, whatever the case may be, whether it's a court case for somebody, a court case that you need to be settled. And so that was really how God got me to a point of being able to receive. And again, the revelation didn't hit until tonight. And I'm like, Lord, as I'm working on like order forms, I've never done order forms before, but I'm like, Lord, I'm going to figure this thing out. And so it's just like, I had to get to a place where I was okay with God answering the prayer the way that he wanted to answer it. I had to get to a place where I was willing to let God move in that area and answer that prayer in the way that he desired to do so. And I think a lot of times we get in the way because of our own expectations. And honestly, sometimes we just straight up prideful. We be feeling like this is what I need to do and this is what I want to do. And that was where I was. And so in the course of like a few days, I have family reunion shirts to do. I have the church shirts are due next month, the end of next month. And so it's like things are like slowly picking up. And the opportunity came from a person I didn't even expect. It came from my sister. Her mindset was like, literally, let me help you. She's been asking me about this stuff, the shirts, the candles, for quite some time now. And honestly, I just literally was not receptive. And so that's kind of where I am on, that. I wanted to just, really just share that. Like, don't focus on what you need. Don't focus. And I know it's easier said than done. Don't focus on the thing that you feel is eluding you. Don't focus on how long you've been waiting. But every single day, let your mind, like for real, let your mindset be, God, my mindset today was literally, if I'm going to make it, I'm going to have to do something that speaks to me, that you going to do this for me, God. And so today it just literally started with me cleaning my home. That's literally all I did. And it's like once I did that, the calls began to roll in. Different things began to happen. I literally was just focused on doing what I know God needed me to do, doing small things that could encourage me in what has been a discouraging season, a discouraging year. I pray that I'm making sense. So again, the declaration is when you least expect it, God will answer that prayer. And he's going to do it in a way that you didn't expect. So in the meantime, while you wait on God to respond to your prayer, because the Bible says he's a hearer and an answerer of prayers. He is a hearer and an answerer of prayers. I pray that I'm making sense. So it tells us that God hears our prayers, even though sometimes we feel like he don't. And he answers our prayers. But where we get caught up in, we try to put our expectations on how he should answer the prayer. We try to tell him how he should answer the prayer. So a lot of times we'll make a premature move and we just expect God to bless it because that's how we feel we want to be blessed. This has been a humbling experience. And it's like, even now, I'm like, Lord, the family reunion shirts are due this month. I'm still waiting on them to send me the money. I'm like, the church shirts are due next month. And so it's just like, okay, I still have to have a heat press. I sold my last heat press. I need a table to like put the shirts on. I have shirts, I have the shirts for the family reunion, but I still need the shirts for like, and so it's just like different things that I know I need that I don't yet have. But, this has just really been an encouraging day. And it's been a day where like my mindset hasn't even been focused on rent. Mosquitoes have eaten me up, y'all. My mindset has not even been focused on rent today. My mindset has literally just been focused on let me work with what you've given me. Let me use the gifts that you've given me, Lord. And so that's the broadcast, y'all. That's it. That's it. That was what God wanted me to share. And I almost didn't do this broadcast because I felt like it was too late to do a broadcast. But I'm so glad, I'm so grateful that I did. And I pray that those of you guys that are catching this, I pray that like you just let this sink in. Like this is just me sharing my story, sharing my journey. I've been going through just like you guys. I've been sitting in that place of discouragement just like you guys. And it's like some people think that leaders don't struggle. And a lot of times people think that because their leaders aren't really transparent about the things that they have to go through. But I'm transparent because God wants you guys to know that like I really am going through just like y'all. I really am having to wait. I really do experience all the emotions. I experience the setbacks. I have those moments where I'm just feeling down and out. I have those moments. But he also has me share like how he pulls me out of the rut, how he pulls me out of those funks. Because sometimes I do get in emotional funks. I do get down, I really do. And so that is it. That is the broadcast. That is, the word. That's it. And I'm going to be real. Some of y'all like literally need to sow because this was a seed that you couldn't have gotten anywhere else. For some of y'all, this was like literally a breath of fresh air. This gave you so much relief, so much understanding. But at the same time, it gave you strategy. It doesn't matter if you are sowing. The seed number is 11. God has been dealing with me with that seed number like all day, 11. And it's so funny that my birthday is on the 11th of September. 11 is the seed number. Some of you guys will feel led to sow 1111. Some of you guys will, you may say, Apostle, I don't have 1111. You may feel led to sow 111. You may feel led to sow 511. God may tell you to sow more or sow in a multiple of 1111. And so that is it. I do have an appointment to kind of just upkeep my hair. That appointment, I want to say, is $22. And so that is where the funds are going to be going on tomorrow morning. And so that's just my goal for tomorrow. I believe I have some. I'm not sure how much I have, but that is it. To those of you guys that are sowing, you label this, a faith seed, because this is what this word was. It was a seed to give you a strategy to stay in faith, to, use each and every single moment of every single day to really fuel your faith. And so, that is it, you guys. That is it. Tara Edmondson, are you still here? I'm trying to get off of here because it is late and I do have to kind of wind down. Since I worked out, I haven't just been working. I've just been researching things and different stuff like that. And so, Tara Edmondson, are you still here, Miss Edmondson? Are you still here? I need you to comment if you are still here. But that's the word, you guys. So those of you guys that are just now tuning in, man, please go back and watch this thing from the replay. To those of you guys that are still here, all I ask that you guys do is like the broadcast. Just simply like it. It takes nothing to hit that like button. But that is it. That is it. And so I love y'all. I'm rooting for you guys. Again, the seed number is 11. The seed title is Faith Seed. The links for you guys to sow are there. But the Lord wants me to tell you, he knows that word was for you. But I hear these words for you. Don't lose hope. I'm not sure exactly what the circumstance is or what the situation is, but what I do know is that the Lord is telling me to tell you, this is why he led you. You're the first person that I saw comment. It's because he knows the emotional state that many of us are in. He knows like how some of us feel. But I hear these three words: don't lose hope. Apply the strategy that the Lord spoke through me on today. Apply it starting even tonight. Even before you go to bed, the Lord wants you to write down, make a to-do list of things that you need to do, things that you can do to increase your faith, to show God that you believe that he's going to do it for you. And that is what I hear the Lord telling me to tell you. And so that is it, y'all. I love y'all. I'm rooting for you. If you know that you need to sow, go ahead and release whatever the Lord has told you to sow. And so that is it, man. I love y'all. I'm rooting for y'all. If you need prayer for anything, those links are there. And so until next time, y'all. Peace.